What are the rules of life if you want to live a happy, meaningful, and fulfilling life? Yes, that sounds like a question worth answering. If you want to live a happy life while making others happier in the process, what rules would you follow? These are the rules of life the way I see them. You can let me know what you think about them. Here we go. Below are 20 rules for a happy, purposeful, and meaningful life. 1. The purpose of life is to be happy. The underlying rule of life. That is rule number 1. If you are happy, then whatever you have done in your life makes sense. And if you are not happy, then it just means you ended up making some terrible mistakes on the way. The yardstick for whatever state your life is right now is your happiness. It's not success, because success is outward. Only happiness is inward. 2. Self-awareness is critical to living a happy and meaningful life. This is one of the most important rules of life. Self-awareness is critical to be happy. The only way to be self-aware to keep understanding and improving your understanding of who you are as a person. It takes introspection and honesty to understand your strengths, weaknesses, and inclinations for whatever they are. A life that is driven by self-awareness is a meaningful life because it starts from a deep knowledge of why you do what you do. 3. Life is finite. A definite rule of life. Human life is finite. We are not immortals. Human life on Earth is limited, and we don't know how much time have we been allotted. You and I could drop dead any time without any warning. So, we need to plan lives accordingly. We need to do the things that matter the most, just in case we drop dead anytime. Are you doing that? I know this is dramatic, but this is true. I have seen a lot of people die lately because of COVID. And I am sure all of them left a lot of business incomplete, personal, professional, or even social. Life is finite, and that's one of the most important rules of life. We could die anytime. You could die anytime. Are you living your life accordingly? Work is not meant to be pain, but joy. I said these are the rules of life for a happy, meaningful, and fulfilling life. So, if you want a meaningful life that has emerged out of self-awareness. Unfortunately, we are living in a world where most people don't like their work. What a tragic way to live life. The rule of a happy life is that you must first understand yourself, your strengths and weaknesses, and then try to apply your self-awareness towards either finding or creating work that you find worthy. Not almost, all successful people in the world are the people we admire, the leaders, the artists, the entrepreneurs do stuff they love, and that's why we find them inspiring and uplifting. It is our duty to our lives that we make the effort to find work that we find valuable and uplifting. We must do what we feel is our best work. I think this is one of my finest pieces of work and would outlast my life. Please make the effort to find work that you can respect. Working only for the money is quite a shallow way to lead your professional life. Money is fuel, and we need the fuel to keep going, and that is why the capitalistic output of profit is a great idea. Profits help companies fulfill their missions. That is the only right way to look at money as fuel. 5. The quality of life is determined by the quality of our relationships. Build relationships with people you admire. It has taken me a lot of time to understand this, but it's a critical rule for a happy life. Build relationships with people who uplift you, those who inspire you to become better people. If your life is not surrounded by people you admire, you are in the wrong kind of relationships that may be pulling you down instead of lifting you up. Find people who light your fire, who believe in you. Hold on to them for dear life. To build relationships with the people you admire. Dos. Health is everything. A basic rule for life. Health is everything. I think about health on multiple dimensions. There is all these types of health that we need to take care of: physical, mental, spiritual, sexual, financial, emotional, and financial, and more. If there is no health, we are not able to fulfill our dreams and ambitions, since we are curtailed by our inability to perform certain actions. Find time every day to take care of your health, so that you have the basic infrastructure in place to pursue your dreams. 7. Happiness is hard to achieve, a hard rule of life. We started with the first rule of that the purpose of life is to be happy. It is certainly the most important rule of life. However, it is important to understand that most people do not chase happiness. They chase social conformity, family's wishes, money, or whatever else, but they do not chase happiness. That is the reason we are living currently in a fucked up society. That would need to grow one day to desire happiness and proceed towards it. The enemy of a life seeking that seeks happiness is a life that's fine with pretense. Pretense is the idea that happiness is not important and we are fine without it. We are not. Just because happiness is tough to find and achieve doesn't mean we shouldn't pursue it. It is hard, so be it. Family is an important institution, but work is more important. Simply put, nobody would care about you if you're not able to produce a life where you find work that you value and affords you and your family a decent life. I know the general consensus is that family is most important and work isn't. But just look at the society and people around and your life. People die, including your family members, but life goes on. Why? Because the show must go on, whatever the show is. Having said that, all of us are born into a family, and there is nothing much we can do about its quality. That is, the family of origin. Your life partner is an important person in your life. One of the cardinal rules of life is that the person who is your life partner, one whom you spend the most of your personal time is one of the most important people in your entire life story. This person has massive power on you and your life, and so, it's important that you find and choose this person carefully. We are imperfect as human beings, even in our ability to decide what constitutes a great relationship. However, if we follow the rule of admiration, that in life we should only spend time on and with people we admire, we may find success. Then, stop thinking about what people are thinking of you because they don't give a flying fuck about you. Think about it. You are mostly engrossed in your own life, and that is how other people behave as well. Only people who love you, if you are lucky, may really care about you. Most people are busy in their own lives and don't care about what you're doing about yours. So, absolutely, for once and for all, stop caring about what the world thinks about you. You are not important to them. If the leader of a government dies, they find someone else. All of us are dispensable. 11. Pain is inevitable, an honest rule of life. There is life and there is pain. It is inevitable that life would show you what pain is so that you understand what happiness is. None of us is insulated from the pain. However, some are given more pain than others. There is no reason why. However, those who see a lot of pain become stronger than others emotionally, not out of their own choosing. Nobody chooses pain, but it is a given. 12. Passion is important for a happy life. If you want to be happy, one of the rules of life is that you must find what you're passionate about. When you find stuff that you're passionate about, you can guide your life towards it. When you do stuff that you're passionate about, work doesn't feel like work, it feels like joy. Find your passion, regardless of what the pessimists say. 13. We can't read the reasons behind destiny. This is a difficult rule to imbibe, and since I am writing these rules, it is important that I put it here. Nature has a mind of its own, and everything that happens doesn't happen for good, the way we, humans, see it. People who have been good their whole lives die of cancer after suffering for years. Benevolent people lose their lives to diseases like COVID. Devils among humans do not receive the punishment for their karma. There are reasons behind things that we would never understand. Nature is a self-regulated phenomenon, and there is no answer to life besides reality. Everything is arranged and necessary in a mathematical fashion. 14. Love, no matter how hard, is the answer. Love is the solution to the ills of the world. Racism, casteism, religious discrimination are ills of the society, and only love can solve the problems. We need to see all human beings as equal in the eyes of nature or God, and that's the only way we would be able to create a loving world. Love is the prerequisite in happy relationships. Love is also important, as we have seen from a work perspective. When you do things you love, you find joy and not pain in it. Love is the answer, no matter how hard it gets. 15. Age is real and often ignored rule of life. Since human life is finite, age is a real phenomenon. Our body changes with age, and although I haven't experienced yet, although I hit 40 this year, that there are things you can't do with growing age. Well, I don't want to deny the fact that age is real and don't want to even propagate the idea that it's never too late. You cannot start mountaineering at 90. I mean, you may be able to, but it's quite a silly idea to do at that age. However, most things can be started at different points in time. Having said that, it is difficult to follow your dreams the more you grow in age, because there are other responsibilities and things to do beyond your dreams. You want to have a family and grow that family, then working all the time. They need and expect your time and a certain level of stability. 16. Time is the sparsest resource we have. If you lose all your money, you may be able to make it. Once you lose your energy, you may be able to replenish it. If you lose your time, it will never come back. Do not waste your time if you can, and do not let anybody waste your time. I always say, time is the unit of life. 17. Money is not the purpose of life, but we can't live without it. Although, I briefly mentioned earlier, it needs a separate point. Money is not the purpose of life, and that is where most of the society has gone wrong. They have taken money and its accumulation as the purpose of life. That is why these people never really find true happiness, because they have money in the bank but their hearts are empty. 18. If you compare your life to others, you will never be happy. This is one of the golden rules of life to be happy. If you constantly compare your life to that of others, you would never find true happiness. Look at nature. It has designed us and our lives differently. You look different from billions of others. Your life trajectory, your circumstances have all been different. When nature didn't intend lives to be similar, why do you constantly compare your life to that of others? Learn from others all you will, but don't compare your life to their lives. All of us can only improve upon our lives, and hence comparison is an absolute waste of life and that of joy. 19. Freedom is the ultimate human value without which happiness is impossible. True happiness comes from the ability to live your values. Different people have different values. However, it is next to impossible to achieve true happiness without achieving freedom. What is freedom? Freedom is the ability to design your life your way. When you are able to leave your expression on your professional, personal, and social lives, you are truly free. Are you free? 20. A life chasing only money is a wasted life. If you want to be happy inside, which is the goal of this post, you need to understand this complex rule of life. A life that's spent chasing money only is a mercenary and meaningless life. The chase of money leads to what I call the curse of materialism, which means leading a life so shallow that all you have to show for it are things you have bought with money. Well, these are the rules of life, as they come to my mind at the stage I am writing this. My life has been a major roller coaster. I have made several mistakes, and this is what I have learned so far, I guess. If you want to be happy and lead a meaningful life, you may want to follow some of these rules. Trust me, I mean from the heart. Thank you for watching. And please subscribe our channel, watch more video.